Hello everyone. This is all round history. As I had promised you that we'll come up with different videos regarding history, ancient history, and I know it's been a long delay, but here we are. Today I will be going to show you my personal collection of the Bhagavad Gita. You might know about Bhagavad Gita. It's considered a summary of the entire Vedas, spoken by the Lord Himself, Lord Sri Krishna, to Arjuna on the battlefield. So, as we all know, Bhagavad Gita is a widely translated religious book all over the world. The most popular being the ISKCON one, which is commented by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. It's widely accepted all over the world in universities. They teach it, but personally I would suggest you some other versions of commentaries of Bhagavad Gita. There are a lot of commentaries available in the market today, and Bhagavad Gita, if you want to interpret Bhagavad Gita, you have to follow Vedanta. So Vedanta is Indian philosophical school. There are three important schools: Advaita, Dvaita, and Vishishtadvaita. Advaita was promulgated by Shankaracharya, Vishishtadvaita by Ramanujacharya, and Dvaita by Madhvacharya. So, out of these three sampradayas, there is one book. There are two, I guess, which doesn't follow particular sampradaya, but they have commented on Bhagavad Gita. So I would like to discuss in just about the introduction, what it is, how I personally like them, or I would like to suggest some of the books. Though in this I have not gone through each and every book. Some of the books I have read, and based on public reactions, based on the public reviews, I would like to give a brief introduction about all these books. This is the ISKCON's commentary on the Bhagavad Gita. This is the Macmillan version, which is considered as the original edition, the very first edition. But in the US, this I had purchased very recently. It is considered as the complete edition. It is based on Govinda Bhashya by Baladeva Vidyabhushana. This is Achintya Bheda school of philosophy. So this is the Macmillan edition. As you can see, Bhagavad Gita as it is, the ISKCON version is specially called as Bhagavad Gita as it is, and it has been translated in many of the languages. That's why it's considered as most popular version all over the world. There are devotees from all over the world in ISKCON. So a very widely accepted version, but as I said, there is no perfect translation of the Bhagavad Gita. Every translation, according to me, is special. So that's why I've collected all these books, so that I can take all good things from each and every commentaries. So as you can see, there is shloka. There is they have broken down the words so that they can translate it, and then there is the meaning, and then there is a commentary, purport, as they say. So it comes in around 1000 pages, not 1000, 950 plus pages. So this you'll get it for around 300 rupees, I guess. So this is ISKCON Bhagavad Gita as it is. When you say Bhagavad Gita as it is, make sure that it is Gita by ISKCON. So the next one is Bhagavad Gita by Bannanje Govindacharya. This is written entirely in Kannada, so I'll like to read it for you. Dr. Bannanje Govindacharya is well-known philosopher, well-known writer. He mainly belonged to the Dvaita school of philosophy of Vedanta, but he had read all the three main branches of Vedanta, main schools of Vedanta, sorry, not branches. So he had a very good knowledge. Unfortunately, left us a year back. So this is a small book. This is a very small book. It doesn't explain you in detail. It just has a shloka and its artha, its meaning. So it comes in around 200 pages, I guess. You'll get it for around 150 rupees. This you can purchase from Karnataka, any bookstore, any well-known bookstores in Karnataka, and also online. I'll definitely give you the link. So this is called as Bhagavantana Nalnudi, Bhagavad Gita Kannada Padinudi. So this is the entirely Kannada translation. So the next one is Gita Bhashya by Ramanujacharya. So this is a condensed rendering, it as it says, of Ramanujacharya's Gita Bhashya. Ramanujacharya, as I said, is one of the three main acharyas who propagated Vishishtadvaita school of Vedanta. So here he is. This is translated in English by K.R. Krishnaswamy, who comes in parampara of Vishishtadvaita, Sri Vaishnavas. So this book, I've read some pages. Before I've read Ramanujacharya's Gita Bhashya, so I know what it is. This was recently bought by me through online, Exotic India Art. 267 pages, 267 plus pages. A very handy book. As you can see shlokas, meanings, and you can see for verse number 12 to 13, this has been explained here. Then verse number 14, this is an explanation. So they have not wasted much space. So used the space very nicely. So yeah, very good book. People who are into Ramanujacharya's school of Vedanta can definitely purchase this book. You'll get it for around 130 or 150 rupees. Next is Madhusudana Saraswati's Bhagavad Gita, the independent work of Madhusudana Saraswati, which is considered as one of the greatest of the Advaita school, which was propagated by Shankaracharya. Advaita means Shankaracharya's Keval Advaita. There is one more Advaita which is also called as Shuddha Advaita, which was of Vallabhacharya. So this is Keval Advaita school of Vedanta. And Madhusudana Saraswati is considered as one of the greatest acharyas in the line of Advaita Vedanta. So this is a very huge book. It is published by Advaita Ashrama, that is Ramakrishna Mission. It is translated by Swami Gambhirananda. Gudartha Deepika is the name of the translation, name of the work of Madhusudana Saraswati. So there's one more Gudartha Deepika which I'll discuss later. So this book is a very good book, good print, good pages. Pages are good. Very new book. 3 days or so I bought it online through Flipkart. So this is a very huge book. It has almost around 1000 pages. So it follows the same route as Prabhupada's, but they have not, almost the same. Shloka, the translation, then the Bhashya, commentary. They've given footnotes as well, you can see. So very handy book. Madhusudana Saraswati, though he was an Advaita, he was a very ardent devotee of Shri Krishna. So usually Advaita doesn't have devotion. They mostly focus on Karma Yoga and Jnana Yoga. But this book also has devotion. So people who are into devotion can definitely read this book. It's a huge book. Okay. This is Shankaracharya's greatest work, Bhagavad Gita, also published by the Ramakrishna Mission, translated by Swami Gambhirananda. This is the main Shankaracharya's Gita Bhashya. And the Gudhartha Deepika, which I showed you before, was like he took help of this commentary and wrote his own independent work. So this is like a base of Advaita Vedanta, based to the Gita Bhashyas of Advaita Vedanta. This is the contents. Uh, Page quality is good, build quality is good, fonts are good, clear enough, and again the same thing has been followed. Shloka, meaning, and the commentaries of the Acharya. Footnotes are given, and to prevent any kind of confusion. 45, 45, yeah, 45, there it is. So you can see, cross check what it is. Some of the words you might feel difficulty to understand. So this is a very good book. As you can see, the MRP 260, I got it for a little more because I purchased it through their website, and then there will be shipping costs as well. You can buy it from their own ashram. You can go, definitely go and visit their ashram bookstore, that you can get it for a cheaper price. Then comes Jnaneshwari. This is a Marathi work actually by a well-known saint of Maharashtra, Sat Jnaneshwar. This is published by Gita Press Gorakhpur, who is well known for publishing good books in a cheap price. So this is a Hindi Bhava Anuvad. So this is an Hindi translation of the Marathi work, Sant Jnaneshwar Ji Maharaj Virachit, Shri Jnaneshwari. This book, I've read some parts and I'm impressed with the work. This also follows Advaita Vedanta of Shankaracharya. So, but there are some deviations from the main teaching, but in general, if you see, this also is a part of Advaita Vedanta only. Shloka, meaning. So this is more like an OV. In Marathi, they say OV. It's like how there is chopa in the Hindi poets, how they write. This is more like OVs in Marathi. So there are so many OVs. So I guess more than 1,000 OVs, right? More than 1,000. This is the end OV. Goes like 1,600 plus. So Jnaneshwari Maharaj, you can say it's an independent work. It's you can't say it as a translation of Gita. It's his own work. He, through his knowledge, wisdom, he has written a book which continues to inspire a lot of generation, a lot of people who were not good in Sanskrit, who were not understanding Sanskrit. He wrote this book in Marathi for the common masses to understand. So, very good book, spiritually enlightened guru, that is Sant Jnaneshwar, with the help of his guru, that was his own elder brother. He wrote this book at a very tender age. I don't know exactly when, but he was in his teenage, I guess. Gita Press Gorakhpur, there it is. Then this book. This book is from a different school of philosophy, that is Dvaita Vedanta of Sripad Madhvacharya from Udupi. This book is entirely in Kannada. This is known as Gita Vivritti. Gita Vivritti. Raghavendra Swami of Mantralaya, very well-known saint of Karnataka. He has devotees all over the world. So this is his book. This is his book which follows Veda school of Vedanta. The translation is in line according to the Madhvacharya's Gita Tatparya and Gita Bhashya, which I'll be talking about later. This book I got it from online. You can see the rate, 400 rupees, and has around 1,000 pages. So entirely in Kannada. So for a Kannada reader, it's heaven, I guess. A very great saint, very enlightened saint, written a legacy, left behind his legacy through this book. So again, shloka, artha, then his own commentary, then again Anuvada of the commentary. This is in Sanskrit, which is written in Kannada script. Then they have translated the shloka. So this was published by Purna Prajna Sanshodhana Trust, Bengaluru. So you can get it online, and you can also get it from Bangalore or Mantralaya if you are visiting Mantralaya. This book I bought it online, and it's a very thin book, very handy book, I can say. Understanding Madhva philosophy is not easy, but the translator has done a tremendous job in translating the work. You can see the English translation according to the Bhashya of Madhvacharya and Gita Vivriti of Raghavendra Tirtha Swami. So the book I showed you previously, the Gita Vivriti. So this book is an amalgam of both Bhashya of Madhvacharya and Gita Vivriti of Raghavendra Tirtha. This was published by Purna Prajna Sanshodhan Mandiram and Aitreya Shodha Prakashana Peetham of both from Bangalore. It's translated by C.H. Srinivasamurthy. Again, a very good book, a very short and sweet verse in English. In the translation, there are multiple translations because it follows two different commentaries of the same school, though there are not much deviations, but still they have maintained the liberty. Translation 1, translation 2. Most of the translations are multiple translations, so you can choose from anything you want. Has some 400 or so pages, 400 pages, 380 pages, 385 plus 385 pages. Good book. You can definitely give a try. This is also from the Dvaita school of Vedanta. This is entirely in Sanskrit. Gita Bhashyam, as it says. Srimad Jayatirtha Virachita Prameya Deepika Tika. So Jayatirtha, following the line of Madhvacharya, he gave his own Tika on the Madhva Bhashya of the Bhagavad Gita. So this is Prameya Deepika, and Sri Raghavendra Tirtha Virachita Bhava Deepa Vyakhya Sahitam. So Raghavendra Swami has given one more Bhava Deepa, one more work, and Jayatirtha's Prameya Deepika. So this book has inclusion of both of that work. So this is entirely in Sanskrit, which I unfortunately am not able to understand at this point. I've collected it so that I can read it later when I will be thorough in Sanskrit, because I'm currently learning Sanskrit. So this book can be very helpful for people who are very thorough in Sanskrit, because this book is a great one, especially if you follow Dvaita school of Vedanta. This book can be very helpful for the scholars and students of Dvaita school. Very good built, good page quality, good print quality. I guess I gave it 600 rupees. I bought it online. This is also from Purna Prajna Sanshodhan Mandiram. This is as recognized by the Central Sanskrit University as well. So very trustworthy, I can say. Very good book. This the Sampadak is a Vidwan Chaturvedi Pradeepa Simhacharya from Bangalore. Give it a try. This book is Srimad Bhagavad Gita. This is entirely in Kannada again. Tattva Sanshodhana Samshad from Palimar Matha, Udupi, has published it. I bought it from Udupi when I went there. This contains both Gita Bhashya and Gita Tatparya. So Madhvacharya, the Dvaita school of Vedanta, the guru, the main guru of Dvaita school of Vedanta, has two independent works, Gita Bhashya and Gita Tatparya, on Bhagavad Gita. So this book, I got it for 500 rupees as both the Gita Bhashya and Gita Tatparya, which is very good. You can get both the works at the same time. It's entirely in Kannada. I'll show you how they have structured this book. So this shloka, Artha, is Artha. Then again Bhashya, according to the Bhashya, they have written, this is a Bhashya, which is in Kannada. Then the Artha of the Bhashya. Tatparya, again. This was, as I said, there are two works, Bhashya and Tatparya. This is of Bhashya and this is Tatparya. Again, they have explained the Tatparya. So, it's a very scholarly book for advanced readers of Gita. All these books are of very great value, especially academically. If you're into Vedanta, if you like philosophy, then definitely you should read any of these books. But uh, sadly, these books are not for very initial stages, people who are just into Bhagavad Gita. uh, I feel there are definitely some other alternatives which I'll definitely focus on in the later videos. Yes, you can definitely give it a try. Srimad Bhagavad Gita, Gita Bhashya, Gita Tatparya Sahita, which is translated by Shri Agrahara Narayana Tantrigalu. The last book for today is Srimad Bhagavad Gita Sadak Sanjeevani. This is published by Gita Press, Gorakhpur. Swami Ram Sukdas ji is the commentator of this book. Parishisht Sahit. It comes with a digest. It comes, Parishisht means they have added extra details to the book. So, very good book. Has very good popularity outside India, in India as well. People have liked this book. So, this is one of the very initial books which I bought. I've read some things, but this has a Shuddha Advaita touch to it. If don't have any Shuddha Advaita Bhagavad Gita, but if you read Shuddha Advaita, if people who have read Shuddha Advaita of Vallabhacharya, this has some essence of Shuddha Advaita as well. But it's like amalgamation of all the other bhashyas. So Ram Sukdas ji is a very well-known saint of India. He has given his own commentary. There are beautiful pictures in his book of Sri Krishna. Again, how it goes is the shloka, they're broken down as we saw in the Bhagavad Gita Bhagavad Gita as it is of ISKCON. Tatha is Vaisi. This is in Hindi. Vyakhya. Vyakhya also is very detailed, so people like it. There are people who got very great knowledge through this book, so I definitely recommend people who are very good in Hindi, they can go for this book. Thank you for watching. I hope you all liked it, and please comment down below if you would like to suggest me some other translations if I have missed some, because there are so many translations of Bhagavad Gita available in market today. And if you would like to know more about any of these books, definitely comment down below, and I'll definitely make a new video on it. And see you guys next time. Thank you for watching. Hari Om.